PSG versus Marseille, round of 16 of the French Cup. A little South American lit up the pitch, scoring a goal that would see his team through to the quarter-finals. Lionel Messi also played in that match. That might have been a slight over-exaggeration, as Alexis Sanchez did play good in that game, but he didn't light up the field, and the goal he did score was a penalty. But I would say it was a pretty good intro. Today I'm going to be talking about the re-emergence of Alexis Sanchez, a player who's somewhat got back to his old form. If you do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like. If you are new to the channel, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe, and let's get right into the video. Alexis Sanchez began his career in Europe at Udinese, signing for them in 2006. 5 years later, he signed for Barcelona. Alexis Sanchez played for Barcelona for 3 years, and signing as a 22-year-old, his time was quite successful. 141 appearances, 46 goals, and 37 assists. By no means was the Chilean international the star of Barcelona, because he was playing with a young Neymar and of course a prime Lionel Messi. Neymar and Messi would become part of a formidable front three called MSN. Sadly for Sanchez, he was not the S. It was Luis Suarez, who was signed the same summer that Sanchez would leave for Arsenal. This was the beginning of Alexis Sanchez's prime, where he went from a quality player to a superstar. For years he terrorised Premier League fullbacks. It was also a time where Eden Hazard was also in his prime. It was just not a great time for fullbacks in England. In his opening 2 seasons in the Premier League, he scored 19 goals along with 13 assists. Definitely impressive for a player that's just joined the league. Sanchez's prime was definitely the 16-17 season, where he scored 30 goals and 18 assists in all competitions. Following this fantastic season where he scored so many goals, he got so many assists, and he won the FA Cup, Alexis Sanchez wanted more. He wanted to be competing for league titles, which he just wasn't doing at Arsenal. In the summer of 2017, Alexis Sanchez asked to leave. He wasn't allowed despite heavy links from Manchester City, and he stayed for half of the season. But in the January market of 2018, Alexis Sanchez signed for Manchester United. This was the end of the Alexis Sanchez we all knew and loved. That piano performance by Alexis Sanchez in his unveiling video was probably his best performance for Manchester United, and the sad thing is, that's not really a joke. His time at Man United was frustrating to say the least. He scored a total of 5 goals, got 9 assists in 45 appearances, and within just 18 months, Sanchez was playing for Inter Milan. Sanchez's goal involvement ratio roughly doubled in his time at Inter Milan, but his stats were so bad at Manchester United that it doesn't make it all that impressive. Sanchez played 109 times for Inter, scoring 20 goals and getting 23 assists, along with 2 red cards. Alexis Sanchez did win Serie A along with the Coppa d'Italia, but he also scored the winner in a 2-1 win versus Juventus in the Italian Super Cup. I wouldn't say Sanchez was a flop at Inter Milan, because he did directly score a goal that did end up winning them a trophy. He scored a reasonable amount of goals, 1 in every 5 games. I wouldn't say it was a success of a signing, but it wasn't a failure either. It was just somewhere in the middle. On the 10th of August 2022, Alexis Sanchez signed for Marseille, leaving Inter Milan after 2 years. I looked at this as a very random signing, one I didn't expect, but one that could be very good for both the player and the club. Just look at how the Marseille fans welcomed Alexis Sanchez. Clearly they were excited about this signing. During all this chaos, Sanchez did nearly injure himself, which would have been a terrible start to life in France. In his opening 2 games for Marseille, Sanchez did relatively nothing, no goal involvements, only playing 110 minutes. In matchday 4 of the Ligue 1 season, Marseille travelled to Nice in a game where they won 3-0, and Alexis Sanchez scored a brace, his first 2 goals for Marseille. Sanchez would score his first goal in front of the home fans versus Lille in a 2-1 win. He scored the opener in that match. In the Champions League, Alexis Sanchez did score 2 goals, Sporting at home and Sporting away. Sadly enough for him, he didn't get to travel to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as he was suspended. He was suspended for this match because of a red card he got the previous season for Inter versus Liverpool, and I'm only just learning that red cards travel on to the next season. You learn something new every day. Subscribe. Marseille finished their Champions League campaign with 6 points in 6 of the 8 Champions League groups that would have got you Europa League, but they had a difficult group and they finished 4th. In Alexis Sanchez's last 7 games, he has scored 6 goals along with 1 assist, picking up his form as of recent as Marseille battled for the Ligue 1 title with PSG. As of the time of recording, PSG are currently top of the table by 6 points. Marseille dropped points yesterday in a draw with Montpellier, and PSG have a game in hand. They play Lyon tonight. By the time you're watching this, they would have played the game. While you're watching this video, PSG could be 9 points top of the table. Marseille's slim title hopes do depend on that game versus Lyon tonight. French news outlet France 24 has said Sanchez key to Marseille's pursuit of PSG in Ligue 1, and Alexis Sanchez has said himself, "I'm not here to finish 2nd, 3rd or 4th. I play to be champion and win titles." Sanchez is Marseille's top goal scorer in both the league and in all competitions this season. 12 Ligue 1 goals, 2 in the Champions League, 2 in the Coppa de France, 16 in total, along with just the 1 assist. In Ligue 1 this season, he's averaged a goal every 166 minutes. That's very impressive for a 34-year-old. The only criticism I would have of Alexis Sanchez is he doesn't seem to be getting on the ball as much as he would have at Arsenal. Now I understand he's older now, he's slower, he's playing in a centre forward position, while at Arsenal he was a left winger. On average this season per 90 minutes he's completing 31 passes. That is poor. The average footballer completes 50. Now admittedly he is averaging 1.8 key passes per 90, which is very good, so clearly when he does get the ball he is doing something useful with it. And he is also averaging 2.21 dribbles per for 90, which is also quite good. So give him credit, he is scoring goals at age 34, he is a key player for Marseille in their battle for Ligue 1 title versus PSG, one of the best teams on the planet. While he isn't on the level he was at Arsenal, he is the best he's been since he left the Emirates, and in some way, shape or form, Alexis Sanchez is back. But let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think of Alexis Sanchez this season? And do you think Marseille can put up a fight for the Ligue 1 title? Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy. If you are new to the channel, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. If you want to support the channel that extra bit more, feel free to become a channel member. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.